The island of San Pedro is considered a haven for both local and international tourists, but that picture is quickly shattering because of crime. Just after noon on Wednesday, San Pedro police unearthed the body of two men. 41-year-old Selvin Caye and 23-year-old Benjamin Molina were brutally killed and buried in a shallow grave in a remote area on the north side of the island. The men had been beaten before they were executed. Although he had visible injuries to the upper body, Caye was killed by a shot to the back of the head with a 9mm gun. Molina, on the other hand, it is believed, was the last to be killed. His shoulder was dislocated and a shotgun to the top of the head was used to snuff the life out of him.
50 yards into the bushes, nearby bushes, on from the beach side, they found what appeared to be a shallow grave. As a result, the police dug the grave and they found the lifeless body of two persons who we later identified to be that of Selvin Caye and Benjamin Molina. What we observed from both of the persons, it would appear that they both received firearms injuries to their head. So far, the investigation is still young. We're still investigating, and we're trying to figure out what happened with these two gentlemen.
So we have information that it would seem that the bodies had various degrees of bruising, etc., like if they were beaten. Can you confirm this?
That is correct. One of the persons, in particular, Mr. Selvin Caye, he appeared to have bruises around his right side, upper part of his body. He had some bruises. The other gentleman, Mr. Benjamin Molina, what he appeared to have, his right hand appeared to have been dislocated.
The discovery was made by a search party, including police officers and Coast Guard personnel, who combed the area located 11 miles north of the town. It came following a report made by a co-worker early on Wednesday stating that the men went out looking for coconuts but did not return.
On February 18th, at about 11:30 a.m., a gentleman by the name of Jose Wagner, 51 years, caretaker in the north part of San Pedro, who lives in the north part of San Pedro, at mile 11 more or less, visited the station and reported that two of his co-workers had gone missing since the 17th of February 2015 at 5 a.m. He indicated that they left to pick up coconuts, and up to the time of him making the report, they had not returned. As a result of his complaint or his report, we visited the police visited the area, where they found at the 11.5 mile, they found some blood that appeared to be blood.
Both men, originally from Corozal, were living on the island for some time now. Today, family members gathered at a cemetery several miles outside the town, where autopsies were performed on the bodies of the men before being buried. Due to the lack of a morgue on the island, the bodies were kept overnight in makeshift coffins filled with ice behind the police station. The families are asking for justice.
I tell his son, why are you going for that? You are going to work with me tomorrow, which was Monday. And he said, no, Dad, I have to go for this because that's $700. That's why I give him the $150. I tell him, son, go through then, pay the coastal, drink some beers or whatever. We were drinking at the moment when he told me that. And then he went. They didn't took me up there to see him, but when he came, as I saw his face, I was the one who opened the box and everything at the police station.
What did you observe?
What did you see?
I observed a bullet wound here, a big hole here, and an open big hole on the side. And his hands was like kind of broke up, and his chest looks awful.
I asked them why they need identification. They just tell me something where somebody's going to find up the coast, and they're not sure, that's why they need something to identify them. So I tell her I don't have any. So then tell me that somebody, the member of the family, need to go with them for identify the body. So that's like 3, 4, 5 to 6 o'clock. Then get to go. So my brother Calvin, my older brother Calvin, went with them. I tell her he's stupid to go up the coast and thing, and well, I tell her, use your brains. Them kind of people use no sprung head, because when you find the thing where they want, they kill one and dash like dog anyway, and nobody know or worry about one, nobody remember one. But I tell them they do a big mistake if that happen to you, because you're my brother. You could be a sprung head, you could be whatever. You're my brother. So he say, boss carrying over up the coast. And I know I hear nothing was about coconut and this and that, because when I got to Mr. Moses' house to look for the paper where they tell me to identify my brother, Mr. Moses tell me like this, your brother thinks they in his bag with the man who he work up the course. If Mr. Moses not involved, but it's how he know all of the details.
I know you guys could put this in the media and ask for justice on my behalf. Please. If not, I'm going to take justice on my hands. And they won't like it.
The remote area in the northern part of San Pedro is known for illegal activity and is frequented by beachcombers looking for wet drops. And while police did not confirm a motive for the crime, they believe that it may have been drug-related.
I wouldn't be able to comment on that to say that if they're involved in drugs or not. The caretaker indicated that they went out to pick up coconuts, and in order for them to do coconut oil. However, we know that the area is a known area for drug peddlers, who we call them los Playadores, or in the English term would be beachcombers.
No one has been detained in connection with this double murder. Dwayne Moody for News 5.